Olá meus pequenas abóboras, eu sou o EP13, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo de Genshin Impact no nosso querido arco de Fontaine. Se você não assistiu nenhum dos episódios anteriores, já clica no cardzinho aqui no canto direito da tela e vai lá assistir. No último episódio nós continuamos nossas investigações a respeito das regras secretas e ganhamos um novo presentinho que agora seria um possível frasco de sangue. Quero não, jogo, pode ficar. E além disso, nós também descobrimos rumores sobre possíveis canibais que andam por aí durante os dias de limpeza dos canos. E que eles muito possivelmente teriam feito papá do Child. Delícia! O que acabou se revelando ser outra coisa completamente diferente. E bem, agora que nós sabemos mais ou menos o que aconteceu com o paradeiro do Child, vamos continuar investigando e agora com a ajuda do Lyney e do Freminete para poder entrar nessa parte que está inundada e que não temos acesso graças a isso. Bem, se você é novo aqui no canal ou não é inscrito, já aproveita e se inscreve e ativa o sininho para não perder nenhum dos próximos vídeos. Deixa um like e um comentário, porque isso ajuda muito. E sem mais delongas, bora pro vídeo.
It's morning already? Oh, my one still needs more sleep.
Vamos tirar amanhã de folga.
Huh? Wait, look over there. Isn't that
A carta do Lyney? Você tem razão, já faz um tempo desde que não falamos com ele.
Let's see what's written on it. Maybe you haven't heard, but today is the monthly free day. Everyone has the day off today, which makes it It's been a while since we last talked. Have you been making any progress lately? Let's meet at our usual spot in the factory area before lunchtime. Ooh, today's our lucky day. We have the day off. From the sound of it, Lenny's been making progress with his investigation. Wonder what he's We still have some time before we meet up. Let's talk with the people here for a bit.
Lá vamos nós. Continuar nossas investigações. Aproximação do apocalipse, meu Deus.
There's a group of people over there.
Opa, tá hoje com o espírito de fofoqueira amanheceu virada.
That's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two?
Sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about something private.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Fine. You're lucky we don't mind extroverts that much.
Obrigado, vocês são gente fina.
You hear that, Quisto?
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens that I know you two.
Really? Are we that famous?
You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry, we're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive.
So, you two really like to gossip?
Falou a fofoqueira, né?
No, you don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that?
Não, pelos arcontes me conte tudo.
All this info's worth something, you know?
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just play nice. The welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be...
You are correct. I am a true professional. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen carefully. You've already met the one person here you should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks. Even better treatment in the
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be...
But did you know that Churia was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research?
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right? Guess that's just how terrible.
You mean he hit a woman? Wow. I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary. Come to think of it, I always see her going to the sick bay every couple of days.
Wait a second. You don't...
Do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates? But it's really hard to...
After all, I do remember seeing Lorvine beat Julia to a pulp that one time.
Valeu pelas informações, eu acho.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You found something?
Uma coisinha, sim.
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found a bolt.
Oh, as expected of the...
Você resume suas descobertas ao Lyney.
I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all. And Master Child probably went missing because he is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more... Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out... Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
Nossa maior prioridade agora é encontrá-lo.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with perfect...
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine would be up.
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later.
Sim, por favor, estamos contando com
It's
você.
the least I can do. We're all in this together, so it's only fair. Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under
Collecting information is...
Now, let me think. To find out more information, Fremine will have to read, and if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now. And after that...
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him...
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like the Traveler. What say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at... Oh, and there's just one last thing we'd like your help with. Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress. Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his diving mission. So, you...
What do you want us to do? Will it be hard?
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think... Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything else you're able to... But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first.
Ele só disse isso porque eu sou uma amadora.
I'll believe anything as long as it comes from you. So, please prove your prowess to me once again.
All right, then we'll head out as soon as we finish our prep.
Let's go our separate ways for now then. Don't forget, we...
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
Vamos tentar bisbilhotar eles primeiro. Você e Paimon se esconde e dão o seu melhor para bisbilhotar as pessoas. Eles estão concentrados nas conversas, mas só conseguem entender algumas coisas.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here. So, why don't we just try to talk to them in person? Let's go as soon as you're ready.
Eu tô pronta, Paimon, nasci pronta. Você balança a cabeça e respira fundo antes de inalar muito vapor de uma poção fedorenta. Eu tô adorando esses textos que voam.
are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you... The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground. Freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion? Could it be poison? Let me take a look. Please, lie down over here.
Meu estômago tá me matando. Ai, acho que foi a carne humana que eu comi.
Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly.
Ai, ela é um amorzinho.
You can do it, traveler.
Obrigada e desculpe.
Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that she's not in any mortal danger. Eh? Oh, that's good. I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please,
Calminha,
relax
pai,
and
não.
take a deep breath. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does it hurt when I press here?
Não muito.
And here?
Dá um pouco.
But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem here.
Oh não, acho que eu tô aí demais.
What about here? Does this
Não,
hurt?
mal sinto.
Oh. I understand. So that's what it... I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomachache when it decides... So that's what it is. Congratulations. The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Why don't you take a rest here? Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while...
Very well.
And she hopped away, just like that.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
Eu tô bem. Podia estar melhor. Não posso ficar encarando ela. Vou chamar a atenção. Esse cara parece ter reparado e agora está olhando na minha direção.
Her stomach aches really bad. She was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
If Miss Sejun says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
É.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean, that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here is useless, you know?
Are you two also sick?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sejun prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for her... you could say she fancies herself as Miss Sejun's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages ago.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at least.
Eita. Esses dois parecem ter uma relação terrível e só acabaram se cruzando porque precisam pegar seus remédios ao mesmo tempo. Mas fora eles, não tem nada de suspeito nessa sala. Todos os arquivos nas mesas parecem ser prontuários de pacientes. Tem uma caixa ali, mas eu não vou olhar ela agora. Muitas coisas penduradas nas paredes. Espera, parece ter um ladrilho móvel no chão.
Hey! There's no need to fight! Everyone will be released someday, so there's no need to argue over silly things like this!
But...
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that.
A presença desse ladrilho não é estranha por si só. Ou será que é meu sexto sentido de aventura? Não é nem um pouco estranho ter um ladrilho móvel ali? Será que está escondendo algo? Tem um ladrilho no chão. Ele é móvel.
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place. See you later, everyone.
I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's Well, his name is Jurier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his...
You really can't stick...
I mean, can you blame me? Who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is? I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Zishwin should be back soon, and I'm sure you'll feel better as soon as you've had some of her
Obrigada
medicine.
por cuidar de mim.
No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Tinha duas pessoas gritando no meu ouvido, mas ok, né?
For getting our medicine, Miss Zishwin.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days.
Você toma um comprimido de dor de estômago que a Lyney deu.
Miss Levine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today?
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
Vocês falaram antes de nós entrarmos? Porque eu não me lembro.
I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure...
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon too.
Obrigada.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double-check a few details. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer... So her primary symptoms are abdominal pain, with secondary symptoms... That's it. All right, then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, her base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure she'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please, make sure to stick to bland or less stimulant. Got it! Paimon will hold...
Se o Inicio está me encarando, acho melhor seguir as recomendações e descansar um pouco.
Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay, then. You get some...
Você se deita na sala médica para relaxar. A exaustão acumulada de investigação e de muito trabalho. Você escuta a Paimon e Lyney conversando.
We've been to lots of places together. She may look a bit under the weather now, but she's... Oh, so you're the best of companions. Well, don't worry. She'll recover soon.
Oh. Companheira, essa palavra traz uma sensação de conforto. Você relaxa e mergulha em seus sonhos. Olá.
How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left.
Estou bem melhor, muito obrigada.
Now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember to take your meds regularly, and remember bland foods. Thank you, Miss Zishwin.
Retorne para o dormitório. É pra já. Tchau, Lyney.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death.
Eu disse algo que não deveria.
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my grilled fish and put down the Adeptus Temptation. Paimon talked with Zishwin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room.
Mas será que estamos mesmo indo na direção errada? Ainda existem algumas coisas estranhas naquele lugar. Aquele ladrilho móvel no chão, a pergunta que Lyney fez a Levine. Além disso, eles realmente estavam falando sobre seus remédios antes de entrarmos? Oh, será que a briga entre Lyney e Juriel era de verdade, ou será que eles só estavam fazendo um teatro? Paimon, me escute.
Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on.
Oh, um papel. Não é do Lyney. Você consegue passar o papel para Lynette durante o trabalho. Quando vocês se cruzam, seu disfarce é impecável e ela nem sequer olha para você ou muda sua expressão ao pegar a informação. Finalmente, 9 dias se passaram.
Today's the day. Let's go meet up with Lyney.
É pra já. Onde está meu querido mágico? Eu vim te ver. Oh. Aquela atuação de milhões.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
Não. Nada demais.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
É, não sou contra ajudar vocês.
Perhaps that's true. You're both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future too.
Talvez.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way.
Já entendi.
Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sejun always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well. So this should be a good time to meet. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to...
Okay, then let's head over, right?
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange.
As expected, Sejun isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Será que ela encontrou uma pista e saiu pra segui-la?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows?
Okay.
É, vamos abrir um buraco. Primeira coisa, a mesa dela.
There are some books here and a few files. They all, advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients. These sure are some interesting books. She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy. None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that...
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be...
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
Essa cama ainda não foi
Which
arrumada.
means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette lay down up until she left the bed, or the nurse in...
Oh não, isso não é um bom sinal. Ai, coitada da Lynette. Cadê a Lynette? O que vocês fizeram? Investigar.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been just...
Linha se abaixa para aproximar do ladrilho removível e começa a bater com
The space
dificuldade.
behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mech. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic.
Essa expressão do Lyney, ele definitivamente está começando a entrar em pânico. Não entre em pânico, ele provavelmente inconscientemente disse isso mais para si mesmo do que qualquer coisa.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
This is...
Is that all?
Tem alguma coisa atrás?
The back. This is...
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No. Could she have...
Writhely. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Por que ele agiria durante nossa segunda tentativa de nos enfrentar ao invés da primeira?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about... You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though.
Por que ele foi atrás só da Lynette? Por que não foi atrás de você também?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after... Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Wriothesley...
What does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
Já entendi. Ele deliberadamente fez os dois desaparecerem.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a
Lyney's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lyney, se acalme.
Don't be like this, Lyney. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I'll go talk.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please!
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Eita. Vamos junto, né? Óbvio, pai. Vambora.
Right.
Esse
I
sorrisinho.
feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the... Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in when... Someone! Please help!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being
Meu
best.
Deus, essa coisinha é um demônio.
What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin.
Ela é maligna.
Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Ixi.
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management
Nossa, os
regulations?
detalhes da roupa do Lyney.
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You
Eita.
knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Lyney!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Onde estão Lynette e Fremine?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken.
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Lyney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even...
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, Mr. Lyney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for... I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea.
Eu tô sem palavras,
I'm looking
sinceramente.
forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received...
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow...
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the... Mr. Lyney, you have one last chance to invite your father.
Lyney!
Por que você tem que fazer isso?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want it. Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this...
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6.
Wait,
2. Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen.
Por favor, espere. Realmente não podemos falar um pouco mais sobre isso?
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Lyney, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Por favor, poupe Fremine e Lynette. Eu também quero salvar eles.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Eu não acredito que ele esteja perguntando sobre as regras secretas. Se me lembre bem, se você continuar trabalhando sem descansar durante o horário de almoço, no terceiro dia você encontrará uma porção de carne estranha no seu almoço gratuito. É realmente bom que já tenhamos feito uma investigação aprofundada sobre isso. Vamos ver se eu consigo me lembrar de todas as pistas. Eu devo conseguir encontrar uma resposta se colocar tudo junto.
The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. Because of that, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appear rather strange.
Não, tá.
The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from I've been told that the infirmary is
Tá.
We often see the siege
Da que ela está olhando e por
The
fim
research note said that the Melusine race
não bateu, mas esses dois bateram, então deve ser inversão.
We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone.
Ah,
I've been
tá.
told that the
Agora sim.
infirmary is
Agora foi. Olha, eu tô ficando bom nesse negócio da dedução, hein?
Ah, so that's what's going on. The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to
Ela voltou com bigode e óculos.
in their welfare meal. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, they were all prepared by Sijuin, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetic, the recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals, cannot taste the care within and usually just Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight.
As regras secretas do ringue de Pancrácio. Eu me lembro. Se alguém tentar apoiar os dois lutadores ao mesmo tempo, no dia seguinte irá receber um pacote que contém um estranho líquido cor de sangue. Tá bom. Ok. Fluido cor de sangue.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiot.
Tá.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he. Fonta's internal reports.
Tá, não bateu as duas, mas a primeira foi no sentido certo.
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he.
Agora foi. É só a inversão de ordem que eu tô tendo problema, mas ok.
Paimon gets this rule too now. So they're really what? That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own the company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother by. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to... Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Não coletamos informações suficientes para responder essa pergunta.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question.
Calma, Lyney!
You'll pay for this!
Lyney, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sejween. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sejween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional.
Sejween... You...
Você é cúmplice dele nisso tudo?
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is when Monsieur Nervulet asked me to come here. He told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of every... But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Lyney someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
Se você é próximo do Nervulet, por que você não aprende uma coisa ou outra sobre virtude com ele?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulet told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sejween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you just give me one more?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sejween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
De repente a porta abre com tudo, uma figura familiar aparece na sala.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarand. My door.
Freminet.
Oh, ela foi resgatar o Freminet.
What's going on? What is Clarand doing here?
Work.
Sorry about shooting you, Mr. Lyney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the...
What happened to Freminet? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
Esses sintomas não pode ser o quê?
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you...
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Freminet a more thorough checkup.
I'll talk to Clarand while you get Freminet to where he needs to be. Everything else can...
O quê? Você me joga uma bomba dessa assim? Calma, não! Freminet! A expressão do Lyney parece de nojo. Parece que ele preferia que a Sweeney não tocasse no Freminet, mas mesmo assim ele não a impediu, já que está bem óbvio que Freminet precisa urgentemente de cuidados. Sweeney está examinando o Freminet cuidadosamente. Ela não parece muito séria, o que é um bom sinal. Espero que Freminet fique bem.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress?
Please, look after Mr. Freminet for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh,
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for...
O menino, a pressão dele tá quase caindo assim, ele vai desmaiar. Traz mais uma maca. Alguém traz mais uma maca, ele vai cair aqui no chão. Lyney finalmente começa a relaxar os músculos de seu rosto. Parece que ele acredita no que Winnie acabou de dizer. Coitado. O bichinho tá quase morrendo. Só. O outro tá aqui morto. Daqui a pouco vira uma poça d'água também. Agora esses dois.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sejun may have been forced to shoot Mr. Lyney. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Oh.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Ai, ai. Eu tenho que medir minhas palavras. Esse arco tá ficando muito bom. É só bomba.
Lyney, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure? You don't look all...
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's...
I'm back, everyone.
Lyney! Oh,
Ah,
Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Fermine?
He'll be fine. But for now, please...
Lyney e Lynette imediatamente ajuda a levantar a Freminette. Ele tá apagando,
His
coitado.
breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the...
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
Tudo bem. Bora lá, Paimon.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
Eles foram beber um
They
chá.
probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande...
Clorinho salvou a Freminette do mar. O que foi que acabou de acontecer? Bem, eu acho que esse vídeo já vai ficando por aqui, até porque já tá ficando muito grande. E no próximo episódio nós vamos ter provavelmente a última parte da missão lendária dessa versão. Se você não é inscrito aqui no canal, já aproveita e se inscreve e ativa o sininho, deixa um like e um comentário porque isso ajuda muito. E compartilha com alguém que você acha que vai gostar desse tipo de conteúdo. Muito provavelmente eu acho que eu estou entendendo um pouco do que se trata esse arco da história. Na realidade, a Fortaleza de Meropide não protege a Gnosis Hydro como eu estava pensando. Ela na realidade deve estar muito provavelmente protegendo um ponto de vazamento do mar primordial, impedindo que ele vaze para o oceano. O que não está dando muito certo, já que como a própria Clorinda disse, a densidade do mar primordial, da água primordial no mar, tem aumentado muito. E o Freminet, como nós vimos, quase virou uma pocinha d'água. Uhul! Bem, já aproveita e clique em um dos dois cardzinhos que estão aparecendo aqui no canto da tela e vai lá assistir outro vídeo. Temos playlist com todas as séries que nós já fizemos. E, bem, eu sou o White Pumpkin e até a próxima.